Right now, you're traveling through space at over 1,600 kilometers per hour. But you don't feel it. You don't hear it. You don't even notice it. That's because you're moving with the Earth. Now imagine that in the very next second, the Earth suddenly stopped spinning. What would happen to you? Would you simply fall over? Would gravity disappear? Or would civilization end before you even had time to react? The answer is far more terrifying than most people imagine. Because while the Earth stops, almost everything else keeps moving. The Earth has been spinning continuously for more than 4.5 billion years. It completes one full rotation every 24 hours, giving us day and night. At the equator, the surface of the Earth moves at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour. That's faster than the speed of sound. Normally, we don't notice because everything around us, our homes, oceans, and even the atmosphere, is spinning together. But today, we're asking one impossible question. What if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? Let's find out. The moment the Earth stops, you don't stop. Neither does your house, your car, the oceans, or the atmosphere. Everything keeps moving eastward at the speed it was already traveling. Imagine driving down a highway. If the car suddenly hits a wall, your body keeps moving forward. The same thing would happen here, except instead of traveling at 80 kilometers per hour, many places on Earth would still be moving at over 1,600 kilometers per hour. Buildings would collapse. Cars would become deadly projectiles. Trees would be ripped from the ground. Anything not firmly attached would continue moving at incredible speed. For people near the equator, survival would be nearly impossible. The farther you are from the equator, the slower the Earth's rotational speed, but the effects would still be catastrophic. Within seconds, the world would become almost unrecognizable. The ground has stopped, but the air hasn't. Earth's atmosphere would continue moving at tremendous speed. Imagine hurricane-force winds. Now multiply them many times over. Powerful winds would sweep across continents. Skyscrapers would fail. Forests would flatten. Airplanes would lose control. Dust, debris, and shattered buildings would fill the sky. These winds wouldn't last just a few minutes. They could continue for hours as the atmosphere gradually slowed down. Entire cities could disappear beneath flying debris. And if you thought that was the worst part, it's only the beginning. The oceans are also moving. When the Earth suddenly stops, billions of tons of water continue racing across the planet. Massive mega-tsunamis would sweep inland. Entire coastlines would vanish. Ships would be thrown onto land. Many of the world's largest cities, built near the ocean, would face overwhelming destruction. New York, Tokyo, London, Manila, Rio de Janeiro, all could be devastated by walls of water unlike anything in recorded history. The oceans would eventually settle, but not where they are today, because Earth's spin actually affects where ocean water gathers. Without that spinning force, the planet's geography would slowly begin to change. Even if humanity somehow survived the first few hours, life would never be the same. Today, Earth spins once every 24 hours. Without that rotation, one side of the planet would face the sun for months, while the other remained in darkness for months. The sunlit side could become unbearably hot. The dark side could become unimaginably cold. Growing food would become extremely difficult. Weather patterns would completely change. Many plants and animals would struggle to survive. Humans would likely migrate toward the narrow regions between constant daylight and endless night, where temperatures might remain more livable. One common myth is that if Earth stopped spinning, gravity would disappear. Thankfully, that's not true. Gravity comes from Earth's mass, not its rotation. You would still be pulled toward the ground. However, Earth's spin creates a tiny outward force, strongest near the equator. Without it, you would weigh just a little bit more. Not enough to notice in everyday life, but enough for scientists to measure. So gravity isn't the problem. Everything else is. Fortunately, this terrifying scenario will never happen naturally. The Earth isn't expected to suddenly stop spinning. In fact, its rotation is slowing very gradually, by only tiny fractions of a second over millions of years. Life has plenty of time to adapt. But this thought experiment reveals something incredible. Our planet seems calm and stable, yet every second we're standing on a giant spinning sphere, racing through space at incredible speeds. We rarely think about it, because it's always been that way. Sometimes, the things we take for granted are the very things keeping us alive.